When night falls on Eindhoven, the city begins to glow. Lights spill into the streets, turning winter evenings into a living canvas. Here, stories are written not with words, but with color, with motion, with children's laughter, with quiet wonder. Amid Glow's artworks, one space glows differently, shedding light on the tragic history and ongoing suffering of a people who have gone through so much struggle, and still are to this day. A silent thread running from 1920 to 2023, it carries the viewer forward through the years, showing how the landscape has changed, how lives have been reshaped, and how this story has continued generation after generation. Visitors follow the moving line in quiet reflection, watching history unfold not as numbers or dates, but as lived experience illuminated in red. Here, faces of Palestinian children and families emerge from the shadows, portraits of lives marked by loss and pain. Beside them, images of the war criminals responsible for shaping their suffering. The contrast is stark. Innocence on one side, oppression on the other. Here, the installation quietly exposes the human cost of decades of genocide. In this space, light becomes a witness to both the victims and the evil that harmed them.
حبيبتي والله لو بإيدي لأذيكي نحكي يا الله. يا رب تحمينا.
Hind Rajab was a young 5-year-old girl trapped in a car filled with her family. Her small voice reached the world through a desperate call for help. Surrounded by tanks and darkness, she whispered her fear into a phone line that became her only thread of hope. For hours she waited, alone among the echoes of genocide, asking again and again for someone to come. Even the ambulance sent to save her never reached her, struck down by Israeli forces before it could arrive. When she was finally found, her story had already traveled far, a child's final plea becoming a symbol of innocence lost in the war.
ميتين؟ وهم هلأ معك بالسيارة؟ ما بدي أسكر التليفون، تمام؟
الدبابة جنبية.
الدبابة وين؟
جنبية.
الدبابة جنبكم؟ ما عم تتحرك ولا واقف؟ نزل حدا من
Sama outfit avec Nazim Obama.
ممكن بقى تمشي بالظبط.
نادي أو شابايتي. شام رامس سمير سبحان. يوسف إيمات عفيف ألفا 15 jaar. Ahmed Hassan Khalil Hamdan, geen leeftijd bekend. Sahad Hussein, 5 jaar. Abdullah.
At the final installation, tiny shoes line the ground, each with a small candle glowing from within. A path of steps that will never be taken. Above them, birds ascend, illuminated shapes rising into the darkness. Light turns their flight into something almost sacred, a quiet tribute to Palestinian children whose stories ended too soon. Stepping out, the brightness of glow returns. Colors bloom across buildings. Crowds laugh, walk, explore. The festival is alive once more. But something from that quiet space follows us back into the light.
الدبابة جنبكم؟ عم تتحرك ولا واقف؟ نزل حدا منها؟ هي بتتحرك جنب السيارة ولا هي جاية من ورا السيارة أو من قدام السيارة؟ هي جاية عليكي من قدام السيارة الدبابة؟